friends, thank you so much for clicking this video. My name is Massiel. Just in case this is your first time on my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Today we have another coffee talk video. This one is going to be all about my seizures, my journey with my seizures, weed, CBD, the difference in CBD and THC. Is going to be educational in this joint. And let me tell you, I'm so excited because today's video is in partnership and is sponsored by Just CBD. I'm so excited to work with them. Pretty much Just CBD is an online store that sells different CBD products. And I'm so excited that they wanted to partner with me. That way we could educate you on the health benefits of CBD. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to start off by telling you guys a little bit about my seizures and then my introduction to CBD. Before I get into this video, I think it is so important for me to say that I would never try to push my beliefs or practices on anybody. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. I'm just here to inform and educate you guys on CBD and my experience with my seizures and how it's helped me out. You can definitely click off of this video if you don't agree with it. If you reach the end of the video and still don't believe anything I say, I would say educate yourself. Go and do your own research. See what you find. And yeah, I'm just here to spread love and inform you guys in this video. So with that being said, now let's get into this video. So I'm going to get into how I figured out that I was having seizures. I just want to say this is really awkward for me because I've never spoken about any of my health issues online before, never on social media or anything. My close friends know, my family knows, but I feel like this could be very beneficial for somebody out there who may not even realize that they are having seizures. And I'm going to get into that because there was a whole year that I had no idea that I was having seizures. But anyways, let's get into how I found out. So in 2015, I want to say May or June 2015, I was diagnosed with myoclonic seizures. And prior to that, a whole year, I was having seizures every single night without knowing that I was having them. And so for every single night, it would happen while I was falling asleep. So while I was falling asleep, my upper body would kind of twitch. And it would be like a jerk-like movement. So it'd be I hope nobody laughs at me for this, but it's literally a head twitch, and I couldn't stop it. It would just do this for a whole minute, and I couldn't control it. And the only reason I never spoke to anybody about it, I didn't tell my mom, I didn't tell anybody, is because I honestly didn't think I had a problem. I thought it had something to do with maybe me not sleeping well. I thought it was just a natural thing our bodies did when we were tired, or I don't know. I never put a correlation between my body twitching and a potential health issue. But with that being said, I would say if you notice anything different in your day-to-day lifestyle or your night routine, something's off, go to a doctor. That's something I wish I would have done a lot earlier, was just tell somebody hey, do you experience this too? No? Oh, okay, let me go to a doctor. Because you might not know, you might have some health condition that you might think you're just living normally. I was twitching every single night for an entire year, and the scary part about it is at least once a week, so I would do my twitch every single night, and then with my twitch I would have really bad sleep paralysis. And at the time I didn't know it was sleep paralysis, and that did kind of freak me out. I didn't understand what was going on, but I still kind of thought it was normal. So sleep paralysis happens, I think, in your, is it REM stage of sleep, which is when you have your most vivid dreams. You pretty much wake up, but you're still dreaming, and you're stuck, and you can't move, you can't speak, and it's like a living nightmare for most people. Some people see shadows. In my case, I would have my seizure, have sleep paralysis, and within my sleep paralysis, I was hearing church bells and people screaming. Terrifying. So every single time I would have sleep paralysis, it was the same thing. Really loud church bells and people screaming in agony. So scary. But anyways, that would only last 15 to 20 seconds, and then I would get out of sleep paralysis. But this was going on for an entire year, and I had no idea that I had seizures or the fact that I was getting really bad sleep paralysis, which, by the way, sleep paralysis is pretty normal. I looked it up. Millions of people get it. I haven't had it in a long time. I feel after I got put on my first medication, so my sleep paralysis stopped. But I feel most people experience sleep paralysis once in their life. So after I was having seizures for a whole year without knowing, I want to say May 2015. I was still living with my mom at the time, and my stepfather went out of town, and my mom asked me to sleep with her that night. She didn't like to sleep alone. So I told her, yeah, of course. And like I said it so casually, like we were going to bed and I was like, oh, by the way, mom, there's this like weird twitchy thing that happens with me, but like just ignore it. Like it is what it is. Don't even worry about it. And she freaked out on me. She was like, why wouldn't you tell me? That's not normal. You need to tell me when there's health problems. You need to tell me when something's going weird in your body. And pretty much she told me that when I was a baby, I had like these really bad panics in my sleep that I would wake up screaming and panicking. And they took me to the doctor and I had all these tests done and they told me that it may or may not come back as I got older. Well, to my luck, it did. And so here I was, 18 or 19, and I had a health problem. So my mom quickly made me an appointment with a neurologist, which is a brain doctor, and I had a bunch of scans done. I had EEG scans, CAT scans, all the scans that you can name, and the results showed that I was indeed having seizures. And I felt very dumb at the time for not like realizing that I may have a health issue. So when I was diagnosed with these seizures, first things first, I wasn't allowed to drive for 6 months, which as a student coming out of high school and going into college, and I just got my first car and not being allowed to drive, that was already making me so sad. And then I got put on this medication, and this is where I find it so important to educate yourself on CBD, because if I would have taken CBD that year, I think like a lot of things would have been different. But anyways, I was put on a medication called Keppra. It has a really long fancy name with an L, the I guess medical name of this medication. I can't pronounce it. Short name for it is Keppra. And they put me on like one of the most powerful dosages of this medication. It was 500 milligrams twice a day. And I was going into college around this season, and I was so depressed. So this medication really numbed me out. I didn't feel like myself. I felt really dumb. I couldn't think. I didn't want to get out of bed. I felt sluggish. I was like becoming like more depressed. It was awful. And the fact that I had to take it in the morning and night, like it really took a toll on my body. And I was taking it daily for like a month or two until finally like I cried and I told my mom, please, like I don't want to take this anymore. And it was a really hard time in my life. Not a lot of people knew I was having seizures. I was very distant from a lot of people. I was really depressed. You know, seizures weren't something that I could just control, have and not have. And the only thing that was containing it was the super strong, horrible medication that they prescribed me to. And when I got diagnosed, I remember doing a lot of research and coming across Charlotte's Web, which is CBD. And at the time, like, I just knew marijuana wasn't an option, but I came across these videos of these kids with epileptic seizures who would take Charlotte's Web and they would be functioning. Their seizures would stop. Or kids who went months without speaking would take Charlotte's Web and then they would start talking. And that just seemed like a miracle drug. Like that was something I knew one day I wanted to try because I felt miserable having these seizures. Now, I did some research about Charlotte's Web just to inform you guys, and I'm going to go into CBD in a second. So the story behind Charlotte's Web, there was this young girl named Charlotte Fiji. She was born in 2006. She was having really bad epileptic seizures. They said it got so bad to the point that she was having 300 seizures per week. I couldn't even imagine. But anyways, they did their research. They put her on like really strong medication. At one point, one medication almost killed her. They went through different procedures. And her husband came across the same videos that I did about these kids taking marijuana to fix their seizures. And anyways, his wife went to Colorado, got her daughter some CBD, which I will get into what CBD is. And her daughter started only having seizures once a week. She went from 300 seizures to 1 seizure a week. And another thing to note is that their daughter wasn't speaking anymore. Like she was barely moving, she wasn't speaking, she was being fed through a feeding tube. After like years of taking CBD, her daughter can now feed herself, she can talk, she can walk, she's a functioning human in society. And that right there is like, you know, I think something to look into. So anyways, I did my research and I pretty much found out what CBD was. So let me explain it to you guys. So a lot of people have a very big misconception on CBD. They think CBD and automatically think weed, stoner, the devil's lettuce. And that's not exactly what it is. So we've all heard of marijuana, we've all heard of weed, Now within marijuana, there are two main active ingredients. There's THC and CBD. Now THC is the psychoactive ingredient which causes the high. CBD has no psychoactive what's the word I'm looking for? Like psychoactive features, I guess. It is not a psychoactive ingredient. So it has all the health benefits of weed without getting high. So after researching CBD, I remember really wanting to tell my mom, like, can we please figure out how I can get my hands on this? I feel like this could really help me out. I could still feel like myself and not have seizures. But I remember when I told her I didn't want to be on that medication anymore, I got off of it for a little bit. And then my neurologist and I, we tried different dosages of it to see what made me feel normal, I guess. And I tried everything, you guys. Like, I remember my mom doing research and they said that a magnesium deficiency can cause seizures. So I was on magnesium pills. What else? I cut out caffeine for the longest time, hoping that would help. I got a lot of rest because they said that my seizures were caused by me not sleeping enough. So I tried everything and I was still having seizures and feeling horrible with this medication. I have like a mark on my chest and I don't know what it is. I remember wondering, like, okay, if CBD is so good, it's literally a miracle. Like, I've seen so many videos of kids being perfectly fine after taking it. Why weren't all doctors just giving out CBD? And I kind of came to the realization, like, that's the pharmaceutical business's biggest competitor right now, because it's so beneficial. Like, CBD has been proven to help with chronic pain, cancer, anxiety, seizures, Parkinson's disease, you name it. It's been shown to lessen the effects of it. And if I was a doctor, I know not all doctors have bad intentions, and I'm not trying to sound woke or anything, you guys can think I'm wrong, but I really think, like, if your income came from selling a pill that even may be a toxic medication or make somebody feel horrible, if greed was all that took, like, inspired me, then yeah, I wouldn't be giving out CBD to people, because I know I could be making more off of this really crappy drug. And I'm not trying to get super passionate right now, but it's so frustrating. But anyways, it does kind of take a toll on your everyday life. It does affect every aspect of it, because within my seizures, and I'm sure a lot of people have seizures, there's different things that trigger it. For example, if I'm at a concert or a festival and a set has a lot of flashing lights, I don't feel good. I feel like I'm about to have one. I can't really drive at night too much, because if somebody's flashing their brake light, the flashing will kind of trigger it. Mine typically happen at nighttime, so if I'm super stressed during the day, really worked up, or I haven't gotten enough rest the day before, chances are I'll have a myoclonic seizure that night. And so yeah, it really does, like, affect your everyday life, but there are ways of controlling it. And I have dabbled within CBD within the past year or so, and it's so helpful. Like, I sleep differently. When I have seizures, I typically have one or two that same night, and I don't sleep okay. Like, I don't get enough sleep. It's, like, tiring. But when I take CBD, like, I sleep like a baby, and I don't even remember falling asleep. So I'm so lucky because, like I said in the beginning, I'm partnering with Just CBD, who I feel is a very credible website to purchase from. You guys know me. I would never, ever, ever promote anything that I have never tried myself or personally love. As you guys can see, this little package was, like, completely filled. And I don't know if you guys can notice, but it's, like, halfway now, because I've been trying it out the past 2 weeks and I love it. So this in particular, it's the Just CBD apple rings in 500 milligrams. When I take it, I take 2 at nighttime, and I even made my boyfriend try it. And I just sleep so good. Like, I have gotten really good sleep when I take this. And the cool thing about the CBD, they have different flavors. This one's actually pretty good. Like, you don't taste anything different than an apple ring candy. They have different gummies. I believe they have oils. They even have dog treats for your dog. And I want people to understand that too. If you want something to relax you, like, but you don't want to feel high, this is a great option. Like, you don't have to smoke weed to feel good. You can just take CBD, feel relaxed, and go to sleep being okay. So I'm going to for sure leave all their information down below. I'm going to leave their social accounts and their website for you to purchase from. I'm excited to tell you guys that since I'm partnering with Just CBD, they did give me a promo code. I will have it here on the screen and also in the description box for you all. Like, I would never try to push anything crazy on you guys. I personally just love taking these gummies. I've been sleeping so good when I take it. And for anybody out there who has seizures, chronic pain, some disease that's making them feel horrible, know that there are healthy ways to feel better, and that it's not the end of the world, because I felt so helpless when I was on the crazy dosage of Keppra. Like, I felt helpless and I was like, I cannot live my entire life on this medication just so that I don't have seizures. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I said a lot, like I feel like I talked a lot, but I mean, it is a coffee talk video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned a thing or two. I'll try and leave some like informational websites about CBD too if you guys want to do more research. Again, this is something legal. I would never promote or push something illegal on anybody, and I would never push anything that hasn't worked for myself. And like I said, this is my first time really talking about my seizures online, so bear with me because I was a little nervous. But anyways, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.